everybody and welcome to In My Mug episode, I guess I don't really know the episode because this is in the past, but welcome to In My Mug and welcome to Steve in the future. I'm a little bit out of breath, I've been running, I've got to get this done, so big news coming next week. As well as our In My Mug subscription, we have a guest espresso subscription that I know lots of you are subscribed to, where we've been doing a guest coffee shop each month, and that runs out in December, and we want to do something new, and we're going to do something very special and secret. If you're an In My Mug subscriber, you may be getting something in your envelope, letting you know about it, but you'll find out, I guess, but you need to be a subscriber or you need to be one of our lucky recipients. So it is the worst marketing ever that I'm not telling you anything about it, but hopefully it will be worthwhile and I think a little bit of fun for next year. So that's going to be good. Brazils have arrived. Be ready for lots and lots of Brazils arriving on the website over the next few weeks. It's an exciting time of year for me because I have so many amazing ones. One of them coming as an In My Mug this week. Christmas is also coming. The espresso and filter blends will be on the site from the 1st of December. As an In My Mug subscriber, it is a tradition that you tend to get them over Christmas, and we're not breaking that tradition. So Christmas and New Year, you will get those packs. So unless you want them twice, don't buy them when they go on the website. And that was the wonderful news. Now it's time for Focus On, and this week we're going to focus on the state of Minas Gerais in Brazil. So Minas Gerais is one of the 26 states of Brazil. It is ranked as the second most populous and the third most gross domestic product from any of the states in Brazil, and fourth largest by area in the country of Brazil. The state's capital is the largest city and it's called Belo Horizonte. It's a major urban and financial centre in Latin America. It's the 6th largest municipality in Brazil, after the cities of Sao Paulo, Rio de Janeiro, Salvador, Brasilia and Fortaleza. It has around about 5.5 million inhabitants, and was also one of the host cities for the World Cup this year, where I got to see the group game between England and Costa Rica. I'll put that picture on the screen now. Yeah, it was a pretty big moment for me and one of the greatest experiences I've ever had. Minas Gerais, or Minas as it's known to its friends, is a major producer of milk and of coffee and many other agricultural commodities. Also has lots of minerals in the soils there, has a big electronic base, and also lots of Fiats and Mercedes-Benzes are made there too, as are lots of cars. Look, I didn't realise what a big producer of cars Brazil has become. Poços de Caldas, which is one of the towns I know best and where this week's coffee is grown near to, is famous, well, famous in my head anyway, for having a disused monorail, and I'm going to show you a little video about that. Sean, is there a chance the track might bend?
Not a chance, my Hindu friend.
What about us drunken slobs?
You'll be given cushy jobs.
Monorail! So that was a fun Focus On, but a strange one, as this week's coffee is not actually from Minas Gerais, it's from the state of Sao Paulo. As you can see from the video I'm showing you on the screen now, it's right on the state line of Minas and Sao Paulo, and yeah, I think it represents what Minas coffees most are, ironically, even though it's not grown there. It's called Fazenda Cachoeira. It's a yellow Bourbon, and it's a pulp natural process from Brazil, which is a fairly typical process for that area, and it's a bit of a staple to me. It's definitely my top 10 all-time coffees, maybe even in my top 5, and it's a stunning example of what fine coffee Brazil can make. It really is quite special, not amazing special, but there's just something very comfortable about it. It's not the greatest, most complex coffee in the world, but it's certainly one of the best coffees I've ever drunk, and has such amazing memories for me. The farm really changed the way I thought about coffee. I can remember the first time I ever cut this coffee. Time stood still. I can picture it in my mind's eye exactly where I was, and it really did open up specialty coffee to me. Gabrielle, the farmer, was one of the first producers I ever met, and still to this day has a big effect on my company here. And because of our special relationship we have with Gabrielle, we have access to the best of the crop. Like, you will find Cachoeira in quite a few places. It's a healthy sized farm, but we have a European exclusive on it, and I love that we get these very, very special lots, and we buy a lot from this farm. Cachoeira has been in the Carvalho Diaz family since 1890, and has been in the family for 109 years. It's located at an altitude of 1,100 metres to 1,250 metres above sea level. Gabriel, who I've already mentioned, is one of the most famous agronomists in Brazil, knows his stuff, and his family owns several farms that border the Cachoeira. Has a total area of 417 hectares, which is huge, and has a coffee growing area of 165 hectares. And recently they've invested in a lodge at the farm where you can actually go and stay. So if you have the money, you can go and pay to stop on Cachoeira and ride mountain bikes around the area. It's located near to the town of Poços de Caldas, where that monorail comes from, and is a beautiful tourist city. You know, there's spa town with natural spas there, and used to be a big tourist attraction place. Not so much now. So we should look at the figures. The farm is called Fazenda Cachoeira de Grama. De Grama had to be added because lots of farms copied the name Fazenda Cachoeira because of its success in Cup of Excellence. It's a pulp natural, it's a Bourbon varietal, has an altitude of 1,100 to 1,250 metres above sea level, owned by the Carvalho Diaz family. Nearest town is Poços de Caldas, and is in the region of Magonia, which is in the Sao Paulo state. So let's go and look at this week's map bit. Hello, there I am. I look really good there. That's because I am really good. We're zooming up, we're zooming into Google Earth, and there's the UK, and we're going across the Atlantic and going to the country of Brazil. Brazil is too big. I hate visiting there because everything is a long, long way away. But I am looking forward to visiting because of the World Cup. Have I mentioned about that in the past? Oh, hey, but let's look at Brazil. So Brazil has the longest beach in the world at 7,500 kilometres. I couldn't even run that. And I'm really good at running. We're going down, and we're going down to Minas Gerais. Minas Gerais is where some of my favourite coffees come from. I kind of do love this area. Although, kind of saying that, Cachoeira actually isn't part of Minas Gerais. If you look, it's smack on the border, and it actually goes across. But you can throw stones at Minas from here. So there's the farm. Just below where that like drying patio is, the waterfall, which is Cachoeira in Portuguese, it means waterfall, is just below there. And there's an In My Mug I did a while back where I'm actually paddling in that waterfall. But we go down, and we see there we've got drying patios, we've got the whole kind of houses that the workers live on. It's like a little village when you kind of get in there. It is a great farm. I really do love visiting there. But yeah, there we go. We're going to getting into that whole. This is the drying patios that we're outlining, and all of the outbuildings. It's it's really good. One of the best Google Earths you can kind of get for a farm, that you can really see lots and lots of detail. But yeah, let's zoom back up and let's go up to there and let's go. That was the map bit. This week, obviously, the coffee is Fazenda Cachoeira. Called Cachoeira because translated in Portuguese, Cachoeira is waterfall, and that's the waterfall. This is a coffee that we've been buying for a long time. It's our 12th year of buying it. Huge fans of it. It was a coffee that kind of showed me a lot of what coffee could be at the very start. I remember cupping it the first time and just tasting this amazing milk chocolate, this beautiful kind of walnut, and just kind of going, that tastes like chocolate and walnut, and everybody agreed with me, and it was one of those affirming moments that I could actually taste coffee. Kind of just outside the town of Poços de Caldas, which is in Minas Gerais, but this is actually in Sao Paulo state. We were joking earlier up at the farm that this is one of the best known farms in Minas Gerais that isn't in Minas Gerais. Has a production of, has around about 120 hectares. Production kind of up and down, but it's around about, I think it's around about 2,000 bags, which is, for Brazil, it's kind of big, but not massive. Elevations of like 10,000 metres to 12,000 metres. Has a mixture of varietals, has Bourbon, has Canario, has Cachoeira, has red Bourbon and yellow Bourbon, not just Bourbon, and Mundanovu. So lots of different varietals on the farm, lots of great coffees. So now it's time for Roland's Daft Fact of the Week. Of all the coffee drunk in the world comes from Brazil. There's an awful lot of coffee in Brazil, don't you know? Indeed there is, Roland. I believe there's even a song about it. I'm going to whap you on pause, I'm going to go and make tasty and delicious drinks, and I'll be back with you in just a moment. Right, so I have beverages. Let's start with the espresso. Thank you to Techno and to Roland for these today. That's why I've got a French press, because Roland is being horrible to me. Although it does give me a good chance to talk about that, but I'll do that after this. So, this for me is the perfect espresso. Sweet, caramel, toffee, balanced, smooth, hardly any acidity. It's just yum. It's a delicious espresso. It really is everything I want in espresso. I love it. I'm a big fan, as you can tell. So in milk, it just gets sweeter. It just gets bigger. The coffee powers through. The power works in harmony with the milk instead of fighting against it. I love this coffee. I love this coffee so much. So French press. You should go look at our French press guide. How to make the best French press. This is the Espresso press, which is a little bit different to your normal French press, but tend to be a little bit muddier cup. But you know, I like them. I do like them. I do fall back to them, and it's the brewing method I always recommend to anybody getting into coffee because it's so cheap, easily accessible, and people get it as a method. So it's harder to screw it up too. So smooth, sweet, chocolate, balanced. It's delicious. It's a great coffee. I don't know how anybody can not love this coffee. For me, it's such a crowd pleaser. It does all of the things I want a coffee to do. It's balanced and smooth and amazing. So, don't forget to keep an eye out for the secret that's coming out next week. I'm very excited about this secret subscription, as you may be able to tell. I hope you get as excited as I do. Thank you for joining me, as always. And do remember, life is definitely too short for bad coffee.